Imagine a world where silence speaks volumes, where hands paint words in the air, and where a young girl's determination can change the lives of millions. This is not a fairy tale, but the story of Lena Miller, a deaf girl from Munich, who refused to let her disability define her limits. At just 17, Lena has accomplished what many thought impossible. She's given a voice to those who cannot hear, bridging the gap between two worlds that have long struggled to connect. In a moment, you'll discover how a simple idea born from frustration blossomed into a technological marvel that's reshaping communication for the hearing-impaired community worldwide. But first, if you're inspired by stories of innovation, perseverance, and the indomitable human spirit, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Before we dive into Lena's incredible journey, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. By hitting that subscribe button and ringing the notification bell, you'll ensure you never miss another story of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Join our community of dreamers, doers, and changemakers. Your next dose of inspiration is just a click away. Our story begins on a crisp autumn morning in Munich, Germany. The year is 2020, and 14-year-old Lena Miller is preparing for her first day at a mainstream high school. Born profoundly deaf, Lena has spent her entire life navigating a world designed for the hearing. Her parents, both hearing, have always encouraged her to embrace her uniqueness and to reach for the stars. As Lena stands before the mirror, adjusting her hearing aids and practicing her smile, a mixture of excitement and anxiety bubbles within her. She knows that high school will be different from the specialized school for the deaf she attended previously. Here, she'll be one of only a handful of hearing-impaired students in a sea of hearing peers. The first few weeks of school are a whirlwind of new experiences. Lena quickly realizes that despite her excellent lip-reading skills and the support of a sign language interpreter, keeping up with rapid-fire classroom discussions and social interactions is exhausting. She often finds herself missing out on impromptu conversations, inside jokes, and the casual banter that forms the backbone of teenage friendships. One day, during lunch break, Lena notices a group of her classmates laughing uproariously at something on a smartphone. Curious, she approaches them, hoping to join in the fun. But as she gets closer, their laughter fades, replaced by awkward smiles and fumbling attempts to explain the joke. It's a moment that crystallizes all of Lena's frustrations, the invisible barrier that separates her from her peers, the constant feeling of being one step behind. That evening, as Lena recounts her day to her parents over dinner, using a mix of sign language and speech, an idea begins to take shape in her mind. What if there was a way to bridge this communication gap? What if technology could help translate the spoken word into something visual, something she and others like her could easily understand? Lena spends the next few weeks researching existing communication tools for the deaf and hard of hearing. She discovers that while there are some options available, most are clunky, expensive, or require specialized hardware. None seem to address the spontaneous, fast-paced nature of everyday conversation. Determined to find a solution, Lena begins sketching out ideas for an app. Her concept is simple yet ambitious, a smartphone application that can instantly transcribe spoken words into text and sign language animations. But Lena doesn't stop there. She envisions a two-way communication tool, one that can also translate sign language back into spoken words, enabling truly fluid conversations between deaf and hearing individuals. Lena's parents, seeing their daughter's passion and determination, encourage her to pursue this dream. They help her connect with local software developers and sign language experts who can guide her in turning her idea into reality. Over the next 2 years, Lena dedicates every spare moment to her project. She learns the basics of coding, studies user interface design, and consults with members of the deaf community to ensure her app meets their needs. The journey is far from easy. Lena faces numerous setbacks and moments of doubt. The complexity of accurately translating the nuances of sign language into text and vice versa proves to be a significant challenge. There are late nights spent debugging code, weekends sacrificed to refine the user interface, and countless moments of frustration when the technology fails to cooperate. But Lena perseveres, driven by the memory of that day in the school cafeteria and countless other moments of isolation she's experienced. She draws strength from her parents' unwavering support and the encouraging messages she receives from other deaf individuals who've heard about her project. Finally, after 2 years of tireless work, countless revisions, and beta testing within the deaf community, Lena's app is ready for launch. She names it Bridge Sign, a reflection of its purpose to bridge the communication gap between the deaf and hearing worlds. The day of the launch arrives, and Lena stands nervously before a small gathering of local press, her family, and members of the deaf community. As she demonstrates the app's features, a hush falls over the room. They watch in awe as Lena speaks into her smartphone, and almost instantly, fluid sign language animations appear on the screen. Then, a deaf volunteer signs a complex sentence, which the app quickly translates into clear, spoken words. The impact is immediate and profound. Videos of Bridge Sign in action go viral on social media. Deaf individuals from around the world reach out to Lena, sharing stories of how the app has changed their lives. A deaf college student writes about how Bridge Sign allowed him to participate fully in class discussions for the first time. A deaf professional talks about how the app has revolutionized her interactions with clients. Parents of deaf children express their gratitude for a tool that helps their entire family communicate more easily. As news of Bridge Sign spreads, Lena finds herself thrust into the spotlight. She's invited to speak at technology conferences, featured in national newspapers, and even honored by the German government for her contribution to accessibility. But for Lena, the most rewarding moments are the quiet ones, like when she uses Bridge Sign to have a long, meandering conversation with a hearing classmate about their favorite books, or when she sees a deaf child using the app to tell jokes to their hearing friends on the playground. The success of Bridge Sign opens doors for Lena that she never imagined possible. Tech companies reach out with internship offers, eager to tap into her innovative mindset. Universities express interest in her unique perspective on accessibility in technology. But Lena remains grounded, focused on continually improving Bridge Sign and exploring new ways to make the world more accessible for the deaf and hard of hearing. As her final year of high school approaches, Lena reflects on the journey that brought her to this point. She thinks about that lonely, frustrated 14-year-old girl who felt perpetually out of step with the world around her. She realizes that by embracing her deafness, not as a limitation, but as a unique perspective, she was able to create something truly transformative. Lena's story is more than just a tale of technological innovation. It's a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of inclusivity, and the extraordinary impact that one person's vision can have on the world. Through Bridge Sign, Lena has not only created a tool for communication, but has also fostered greater understanding and empathy between the deaf and hearing communities. As we look to the future, it's clear that Lena's journey is far from over. She continues to work on expanding Bridge Sign's capabilities, exploring the potential of artificial intelligence to make communication even more seamless. She dreams of a world where deafness is no longer seen as a disability, but simply as a different way of experiencing the world. Lena's story reminds us that some of the most powerful innovations come from those who have experienced the problem firsthand. It challenges us to look at the world through different eyes, to question the status quo, and to believe in the power of our ideas to create meaningful change. In a world that often seems divided, Lena Miller and Bridge Sign stand as beacons of hope, proof that with creativity, determination, and empathy, we can build bridges across even the widest of divides. As Lena herself often signs, in a world full of noise, sometimes it takes silence to hear the loudest truths. Lena's journey from a frustrated deaf student to a groundbreaking innovator is just one of the many inspiring stories we share on this channel. If you've been moved by her determination and creativity, we invite you to be part of our community. Subscribe now and join us in celebrating the extraordinary potential within every individual. Together, let's explore more stories that challenge our perceptions and inspire us to create a more inclusive world. Remember, the next world-changing idea could come from anyone, maybe even